So Andy, it's been a while since we've caught up on Fleetwood Town. It's been a reasonably good start to the season. What's your thoughts so far?
I am reasonably happy. Well, I am. I think we look an improved version of last season's team. We are hard to beat. I'd like to see us score a few more goals, but then again, we're conceding very, very few, so you cannot have everything.
And Scott Brown, how's he been to work with?
Scott's been great. He's been a pleasure. He's been very much what I expected him to be, in as much as he is very, very hard working and he brings high standards with him to the football club. And I think you can see that in the results that have been achieved so far. Not
just that. I suppose if you look at the way Fleetwood are playing now and what Scott was as a player, we're a tough side to play against now, aren't we? And I suppose that'll please you as a chairman.
Well, very much so, yeah. Scott squeezes the players, and the press that he has is well documented. It's the best in the league. When we lose the ball, they work so hard to get the ball back, and that's a big part of modern football, and it's a big part of winning games.
And I know that you said at the end of last season that you kind of reassured fans that you didn't want a repeat of what was a really difficult season for everybody last year, and you put steps in place with the recruitment and whatnot in the summer to try and make sure that isn't the case. Are you still confident after 10 or 12 games that we're on the right track?
Very much so, yes. We made it our business in the summer to go out and to sign some proven quality League One players. That's what we've done. That is reflected in the results so far. We're 12th in the league, and I think a measure really as to where we are as a football club is I'm probably a little bit disappointed in that, because I do think we can easily get in the top 10. I think we can push for a playoff spot. I don't want to put ourselves under any unnecessary pressure, but I know the quality is there within the squad. I know how organised they are and how hard they work, and I really fancy that we can. We already are surprising people, but I think we can do better still.
And in the summer there was a lot of changes, player-wise and staff-wise. You seem to have done well with the recruitment. I mean, we conceded the least amount of goals in Division 1 as we stand here, so it's quite good. Yeah,
I mean, that's exceptional. It really, really is. And it's well known in football, you build from the back. You have to be able to have a tight defence if you're to have any chance of obtaining a result. Now, last season was rather the opposite. We actually scored plenty of goals, but we just conceded too many. Last season, it just felt like anything that could go wrong did go wrong, and we had awful luck. So hopefully Lady Luck will be kinder this year, but we've certainly built on a solid defence.
And has it changed your expectations for the season, maybe, instead of just making sure we don't have a repeat of last year, thinking, well, you never know, the league's quite open, you never know?
I know we can get a top 10 finish. We're very, very capable, and if you're in that top 10, there's no reason why you can't nick one of those playoff places. The hope is there. We're 5 points off the playoffs right now. I'm looking up. I'm not looking at the bottom of the table anymore. I'm looking at where we're going to go to when we win football games.
And in terms of, it's well documented, every time people pick up papers, you seem to be buying another football club somewhere around the world. You've bought another two in the last couple of months. I mean, we'll start with the most recent one, the Hout Bay in South Africa. Tell us about that.
Well, you can never have too many football clubs, Will, can you? It's great fun owning football clubs, but this is more than fun. This is business, and there is a business plan. And the business plan is very much that we want to obtain football clubs, acquire football clubs, or invest in football clubs in strategic locations. Hout Bay is a beautiful place that if anyone's had the pleasure of going out there, they will know. It's got huge synergy with Fleetwood, actually. It is a fishing town, and it has it's got a real fishing history. It suffers from, not only is it beautiful, it's really, really scenic, it also does have poverty, and it does have a township which is very, 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 very multicultural. And the guys that run Hout Bay, I cannot speak highly enough of. They're really, really great community people who do wonders for the community, but the football club is a huge part of that community. And Hout Bay is not just a name, it's a place. They're very proud, the people of Hout Bay, of the football club. They've easily got the ability to have several thousand people at games, at home games, week in, week out, and it does deliver pride to the local community. So that's why I wanted to team up with the guys out there that are the management team of Hout Bay, and it is very, very exciting to work in conjunction with our existing club out there, which is Western Cape Fleetwood. Hout Bay is in the division above, for anybody who doesn't know, and the plan is very much to use Western Cape Fleetwood as an under-21 model to play young players, and the players that do well will go on to Hout Bay and be part of Hout Bay's promotion push. Hout Bay's target to win the league this year and to climb up the South African pyramid.
And a bit closer to home, over the water in Ireland, you've acquired Waterford, which is a really exciting proposition.
It's really, really exciting. I've got to say, Waterford, I had no idea what to expect when I went out there, and it's a beautiful city. The people are very, very friendly. It has amazing facilities, I mean amazing facilities. The training complex, which the club are fortunate enough to have an exclusive use of, is I'm told a 28 million pound complex. So that in itself is superb. The players want for nothing. The stadium is very tidy. It has training facilities as well. But what's really been overwhelming is the level of support we've received from the people of Waterford and beyond, from the business community. They've come in their thousands, and we're selling out games. We're getting close to selling out. We're pushing for 4,000 the last couple of games I've been to, and that in itself in League One in Ireland is pretty much unheard of. It's the biggest gates. It's a special atmosphere, and we've got real momentum out there, real momentum. The future is going to be what we make of it. We're in the semi-final of the FAI Cup, and it'd be amazing to go further and to get to the final, to win a cup. And we're also in the playoffs, so we want to win that cup and we want to get into the Premier League. So no pressure, guys, if you're watching, but that's very much the target. That's what the supporters want. That's what I want, and it's a beautiful part of the world with a football club that has got incredible potential.
And the big question from Fleetwood fans is, where does Fleetwood fit into this? What's the idea of it, and why are you doing this?
This massively strengthens Fleetwood Town in as much as it allows us to bolt another club into our existing infrastructure. I've said many times before, I want to make this football club and this group of football clubs not reliant on myself as an individual, and by creating a platform whereby players can move from England to Ireland and vice versa, and from the UAE to Ireland, and it's endless. It really is, and it means that we are in a far better position at Fleetwood than what we were. We've got economy of scale when we come to the running of these clubs, and I think Fleetwood fans are already looking for Waterford results, and so are the supporters of Waterford. They're looking for Fleetwood Town's results. So we are stronger than what we were before, and that will continue to be the case.
And from a football point of view, I suppose with it being so close, and the level, and it's a good level of football, there's going to be an opportunity for some Fleetwood players to go over and develop their career over there, and of course some Waterford players to come over to Fleetwood and develop themselves here at a good level in League One.
I think it's inevitable, yeah. Football players need to play football. They need minutes, and they need to play at the highest level they possibly can. Now, we managed to use our powers of persuasion to get Alex Baptiste to go over to Waterford, and he's been blown away. He said, I had no idea what to expect, but this is brilliant. We're playing in front of thousands of people in a special atmosphere, week in, week out. And the Fleetwood players who get the opportunity to go over there, we look at going over there at the end of the current Irish season, the beginning of the next one, I'm sure we'll love it. And we would also like to have a look at some of the Waterford players, and we'd like to see if there's a chance of them playing in the Football League. But I don't see that as weakening Waterford. I see that as strengthening Waterford by bringing players from Fleetwood, but also clearly making it visual to all the football players in Ireland that if they want to get across to the English Football League, they need to play for Waterford. Because if you do play for Waterford, you've got a great chance of getting into the English Football League, and that will only help Waterford achieve sporting success, win trophies, get in the Premier League, and all the things we want to do.
And finally, there's always going to be, for every positive comment, there's always going to be a fan that will say, well, is this Andy Pilley taking his eye off the ball at Fleetwood? Has he got a little bit bored? Is he trying to... I mean, what would you say to that? I know what you're going to say to that, but what would you say to that? I'd
say that's nonsense. And Waterford tend to play on a Friday night, and such is the availability of flights over to Ireland, I can do both very, very easily, and that's what I'm doing. I'm living the best life. I'm loving it. It's great. I've got twice as much football, and it also means that Waterford play in the summer when there's no football for Fleetwood, so I won't go without my weekly dose of football. I'll still be able to take in a Waterford game, and vice versa when the Irish season ends. So this is only going to make things better, and it's a very, very exciting time to be a Fleetwood Town supporter and also a supporter of Waterford.